The Brigance Comprehensive Inventory of Basic Skills was developed and written by Albert H. Brigance. It is now published by Curriculum Associates, Incorporated, and it was first published in 1992. The purpose of the Brigance assessments is to find out academic achievement in English and math. You want to find out what skills your students have mastered and what they need help on. They can be used for placement, for giving them grade up level appropriate material. This is extremely helpful for individualized instruction, especially in special education. Some of the reading or English language arts subtests that are available are readiness, speech, listening, vocabulary and comprehension, word recognition, oral reading, reading vocabulary and comprehension, word analysis, functional word recognition, spelling, writing, and response to writing prompts. The math skills that are tested during the Brigance include numbers and operations, algebra, geometry, measurement, data analysis, and probability. The Comprehensive Inventory of Basic Skills was originally criterion referenced. There is a standardized version of the test that is norm referenced, which came out in 2010. Both tests are available pre-K to 12th grade. Standardized tests are most appropriate for ages 5 to 12. All Brigance assessments conform to IDEA and are most appropriate for pre-K to 6th grade. The reliability of Brigance. Brigance is considered the most reliable for students between the 1st and 6th grades. Some reliability averages. For the reading subtests, Brigance gets you about a 99% reliability. In math, you're looking at a 95% reliability. General knowledge and language. Those would be some of your social studies, science knowledge, as well as your knowledge of the English language. That averages about 96% reliability. Gross motor skills, which would be for your younger kids, a 99% reliability there. And writing skills. It's the lowest, but still really good at 92% reliability on average. Some reliability results. Brigance is considered to have high internal consistency, which is really good. You don't want a lot of inconsistency in your reliability throughout the different tests. Brigance has an appropriate standard error of measurement, which means your calculated scores and raw scores and stuff like that are going to be closer to the actual true score. You're going to get something that really represents that child. Pretty darn close. Brigance has a high degree of test-retest reliability. When you give a student a test and then retest them later, the growth that you're seeing there is really reliable. It's within the average that you would expect for that type of test. And also a high degree of alternative forms reliability. For those students that take an alternative form of Brigance or need modifications to the Brigance, the reliability with those tests are also really high. Overall, this is a really good assessment. Reliabilities are way up. I think they would be really good in my opinion. As far as my test subject goes that I'll be doing later, this is going to work really, really well. My test subject is in the 3rd grade, which is right in the middle of the highest reliability percentages, which is great for me and for the test subject. How valid is Brigance? Brigance's content validity. Multiple reviews have been done on Brigance of both the developmental and academic scope. All reviews have come back very positively, showing that all assessments, whether developmental or academic, are valid. They are accurate. They work the way they're supposed to work. There has been a variety of evidence that shows the lack of variance. Results gleaned from Brigance are very similar to the results that are seen in statewide assessments, diagnostic achievement tests, and even intelligence tests like the WISC. Research also shows that previous versions of the comprehensive inventory of basic skills is valid. And finally, Brigance scores fall into the expected range for different groups of learners. So the types of results that you would expect in a special education population, in a gifted and talented population. The scores that are expected there are showing up in Brigance as well when these groups of kids are tested. What kind of scores can we get from the Brigance assessments? There are three main scores that Brigance provides. Grade equivalents, which are going to be pretty decent for that first to sixth grade range, as that's where the most reliability is. You get lower or higher than that, especially 11th, 12th grade, those grade equivalents are not going to be accurate. There's going to be a lot of skewing going on. Brigance also provides percentiles. This is what most assessors are going to be looking at. This is going to hold the most weight, the most accurate look at that student. Finally, Brigance also provides quotients. But for the sake of assessments and assessing my test subject, I'll be probably looking at the percentiles as it's going to make the most sense. Modifications and adaptations. Currently, no modifications or adaptations are provided for the Brigance assessments. Any adaptations that are used are kind of up to teacher discretion. If they feel the student needs an adaptation, it's okay for that teacher to make that call and use that adaptation. The one thing that is not allowed is coaching. Acceptable reasons to adapt the Brigance assessments would be if a student has a lack of confidence, difficulty understanding instructions, if they have a speech or language deficit, vision impairment, or if they have a reading difficulty. Those are all acceptable reasons to adapt the Brigance assessment. However, any adaptations that are given during the assessment need to be recorded in the student record book. Brigance does not believe any adaptation is going to skew the results, with the exception of coaching. Coaching is not allowed. Currently, there are no adaptations or modifications for students with limited English proficiency. Brigance does have a Spanish version available for those students, but currently no adaptations in the regular English version. Current price for a complete comprehensive inventory basic skills 2 classroom kit is $339. For the ELA and math inventories only, it was $299. If you want to get a standardized version of the test, it's $339, and just the standardized inventories alone are $249. Kits come with a manual for the teacher as well as record books. The inventories are just the tests themselves in the teacher manuals. No training is required to administer the Brigance assessments. As a matter of fact, it's so easy that most paraprofessionals are qualified to administer most of the tests. It is recommended that they have supervision during these tests, though. No special materials are needed. Administration and scoring is fast and easy. The instructions are very easy to follow. I've scored these tests before. Super easy, converting them to percentiles. All the instructions are right there. Each subtest takes approximately 10 to 15 minutes to administer. This depends on the student and their level of understanding and how fast they read and other stuff. Scoring instructions, like I said, are easy to follow. Everything's right in the book. Very, very easy to read and understand the instructions. And what's nice about this test is you can choose which subtests are appropriate for each student. You don't have to go through the entire assessment. If you were, it would take multiple days to test a student, many hours. But the important thing is whatever subtest you do choose to use, that you test 2 to 3 times a year. This allows you to see progress that students are making and will allow you to adjust their placement, change their programming, and really individualize their learning throughout the year and next year.